Hey there. Um, what I have here is an essay I wrote a couple of years ago. So here it goes. It's about telepathy and its its ubiquitousness. Whatever. Okay. One of the ubiquitous aspects of the schizophrenic experience is the belief in telepathy. Telepathy is the hypothetical transfer of thoughts directly from mind to mind. For example, there is a schizophrenic in my neighborhood. I'm pretty sure he's schizophrenic, who spends most of his days on a bus bench. And just about every time a driver passes by in the street or drives by in the street, the man waves wildly, ecstatic, and happy, screaming, "Yeah, all right," and pumps his right fist, seemingly in response to some sort of perceived solidarity. Drawing upon my own experience, I think I know what is happening. I think that I know what is happening. The man believes that he is a telepathic, quote unquote, sender, or someone who projects his thoughts telepathically to receivers. Now, of course, telepathy is rubbish. But our sufferer doesn't fully understand this. Certain drivers may smile or laugh at this madman. The man misinterprets this body language as a response to his presumed telepathic emanations. This poor man believes himself to be the center of a conspiracy, albeit, fortunately, a happy one. Now, this may seem odd to the reader. If the man was telepathic and sending thoughts to a great deal of receivers, he would merely have to approach one of them and seek companionship. What he has certainly learned, however, is that whenever he approaches one of his followers in person, they react in fear and revulsion. There must be a conspiracy going on, and there must be logical reasons that his co-conspirators feign ignorance. So therefore, he avoids reality testing and the ensuing cognitive dissonance this is sure to generate. In achieving his false rapport with his perceived audience, the schizophrenic maintains a tenuous grip on his own reality. I must admit, somewhat guiltily, that when I see this man I am happy. I am happy that this man has found some pleasure in what must be an otherwise horrible life situation. But really, I'm happy that no matter how cursed I am not now delusional, or at least I don't think so. But why telepathy? I believe that this delusion is so common among schizophrenics because the belief in telepathy is ever present in the day-to-day experiences of normals, ourselves. Take the state of being in love, for example. When you are in love, it literally feels like some kind of light or ray or fluid is passing from you to the object of your desire. Few lovers would say, I experience a high degree of pleasure and jealousy concerning my internal cognitive map of my lover. My brain is currently wired to elicit effectively narcotic responses when she is near. My highly conserved evolutionary mechanisms for pair bonding is very effective. The above bizarre statement is true, however. If we take neuroscience, evolutionary biology, physics, and even some ancient Buddhist writings into account, humans have evolved as a social species. In most cases, it doesn't matter whether or not we know how information is being transferred from individual to individual. All that matters is the outcome. Biological evolution selects for what works in human brains, not necessarily for clear images of what is occurring in reality. Our system of pair bonding works. That is why we're here. In the formative years of our evolution, we typically lived in groups of a couple hundred or so hunter-gatherers. So typically we interacted socially and physically with our lovers. Our situation today, however, is laughably different. This takes us to the sad situation of Justin Bieber. I first learned of Bieber when I was visiting with my friend and her daughters a couple of years ago. Anyways, when we were watching YouTube videos, the girls implored me to watch a comedy sketch with them. What I witnessed was a boy of about 14 doing a comedy routine about what it would be like if the mythological figures from the Christmas holiday were actually real. I found the video somewhat impressive, but I found the boy rather annoying. About a year later, I found out that this boy was a contemporary heartthrob. Children, women, and gay men all across the world were in love with him, salivating, oozing, and leaking with eros. What the kid had been doing was he was singing love songs on the internet. The pair bonding mechanisms of millions of humans had been hijacked. You see, I had a job at one of those white-collar scoring facilities, grading the essays of children. Legally, I am not allowed to share what I've read, but let's just say that I've read far too much about the sexual fantasies of little girls regarding the Bieber. Needless to say, I shall be forever scarred by this. Subconsciously, the falling in love instinct had been initiated in millions of people. The little girls felt that Bieber was singing to them. He loved them and they reciprocated. This behavior is common. Just take a look at the old footage of Beatles fans at a concert. Women and girls inanely screeching, sometimes even fainting, over their imaginary love affairs. Most of these women, the non-schizophrenic ones, knew logically that their fantasies were just that, unrequited dreams. In one sphere, however, on the intellectual level, most people do believe in telepathy. In addition to Bieber, many Americans have an entire trio of imaginary friends. I say trio for the following reasons. This friend is an invisible dead man who is his own father that just happens to have created the entire universe and also happens to be a white ghost pigeon. Anyways, the guy gave humanity the eternal life that had been wrested from them via the machinations of some Canaanitic god/lawyer. I'm being completely serious here. As you probably guessed, this God is Jesus Christ. When people pray to Jesus, they are literally attempting telepathic communication with him. Intended telepathy with non-corporeal entities is perhaps the best definition of prayer. This religious type of telepathy differs from that of schizophrenics, of lovers, and of the Bieberites. Alright, read the essay. So fuck yourselves.